Hi there, it's Priscilla in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. And I have made sure of a couple things. One, that I have something frozen for my camera now that I know the recording button is on, and hopefully that won't be a problem for any reason. We hope. Secondly, you've said you like to watch the colors go in the bead tray. So I'm not sure I'm going to use the bead tray. I thought I might rest my dustpan in there. Anyway, so these are skins. This is runoff that drips over time, and then as long as it's on plastic it peels up. So for those of you who don't know about that, you can put it under cabochons of crystal you buy on the internet and make jewelry out of it. Not that there aren't a lot of people doing that, because there are. This is a 16 by 20 canvas, and it doesn't really matter what's on there. It was clean when I started, suffice it to say. I've got some colors I put aside, and I think I'm going to start by putting some of them right into a container and then moving myself into the next phase, which will be, ooh, and black. Where's something to put my tips in? There we go. And then just having a good time with whatever colors I so decide to go with, and where's what I want. I wasn't going to put this in there, and I am. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, so I'd like to actually have a couple of bottles of stuff I use the most on hand, but I thought I was going to empty one and I chose not to. Anyway, so I'm back. Priscilla Batzell, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. I said that. And I don't have a plan today, except for the fact that I have been using my Mardi Gras beads to pull paint in the chain across the canvas style. So hopefully you can see what's going on here. And I'm just going to keep adding paint. And then I'm going to spread some white paint on my canvas. That came out funny. Sometimes you have to clear the tips if you're using the squeeze bottles. It's a good idea to get a bamboo skewer and just sort of ream it out in there. And I am not sticking with the colors I put aside. This is one of my favorite colors, and it's very close to this. These are Folk Art color shifts. They're expensive, but they make such a monumental difference in the design. I don't really think you need that much of them, but we're getting some pretty colors. I don't really want to cover too many things over, and I'm never confident that what I squeeze down into the bottom to agitate the paint will actually show again, because you can never tell. I mean, maybe Gina knows, but I don't. She's much more of the scientific chemist than I am by a long shot. I pre-mix my colors and then I change them, so if you want to know what colors I use, most of them have been, you know, changed as I went along by adding a little more of this or a little more of that, and it's really hard for me to tell you what's in them. Oh, you know what? I forgot that color. It's right in front of me. Wow. Okay, so there's that color. Let's give that a little stir. I found a tool I need to... So these restaurant containers from the deli and stuff, they can keep paint for months. So if you're ever wondering and you don't want to buy squeeze bottles yet, you can definitely invest in some of those, because they're free when you take them home. So do that. I recommend having those around. I'm so not done adding colors. I did give all of my bottles a bit of a shake, and I have a marble in all of my bottles to facilitate that activity. And oh, those colors are just gorgeous, and I just can't stop myself. But you guys know me, who know me, and you know that's just my MO. I just can't stop using colors. That's what happens. I have a lighter blue, yes, that I want to see in there. We have a good amount of color in there, and at this point I think I'm going to move that just to the side so I don't have anything. Ooh, a couple colors I forgot. Never mind. Okay, we're going to move those out of my way, and we're going to pull out my favorite tool. I know I say don't have one, but I do. That's my OXO Good Grips omelet turning spatula that you will find in the link below the video. The top link is for Amazon, and I have this listed on the page. Buy the big one, it's cheaper and it's the better of the two. I like it more in any case. I am going to spread, I am going to squeeze out not enough paint, and then I'm going to take the top off. And I'm going to put a nice thick layer on here because I'm in Florida and it's hot, and the thinner the layer I put on my canvas, the faster it dries out. And then I can't move paint the same way. Even though I'm getting paint on my hands, I keep a wet rag handy. For for just such a purpose, and I may use it to clean my spatula off too. Anyway, so the reason I love this, I love it even better with glasses on my face. The reason I love this is because it spreads paint awesomely well, as long as I don't have a ton of stuff in my way, like now. Okay, the deal with this is I tried to make room for that paint tray, so now everything else is in the way. It's a tight little space I got out here. I might be able to see the yard, but it doesn't mean I can do everything I want to do in this space. And that's spreading pretty well, and I can see stuff. Stuff's got to go. Okay, people occasionally ask me why we use a torch, and the reason we use a torch is because when we shake our paints up, air bubbles form in there, and the torch is the one thing that pops them before they dry in your painting overnight, and you will not necessarily see them when you try and dry your painting overnight, but they will emerge overnight. So that's not really something anybody wants, is to have bubbles. The other reason for the torch is to release patterns. Floetrol, especially in the paint mix, will allow cells to form even if you do not use silicone. I know some people have trouble with that. My suggestion to them is occasionally try high content rubbing alcohol, because a little goes a long way. Stir it in thoroughly and expect cells. They will come. Just don't save your paint, because it does break down the viscosity of the paint. Well, hopefully you can see all that. I'm going to wipe off my spatula, and I'm going to hurry because bugs like white paint and I got bug friends, or some variation on that theme. So let's move this back over here and see what we get. I am going to take, here's my 4-pack from Hobby Lobby, little scoops. So even though I may use the dustpan, what I'm going to start with, you know what, I lied. What I'm going to start with is this shovel from the dollar store. It comes with a bucket, it's $1. I got some beautiful colors and I want to play with them. I want more black in there. I can see I want more black right now. Okay, let's just take what I've got right now and start where I'm starting. Princeton Catalyst spatulas. Wait, I have lots of them. And a palette knife. Anyway, so they're very useful, especially this flat front one that I love, for removing paint, for moving paint, for swiping paint, for manipulating paint, just in general. Alright, so I've also got paint on the back. I don't like wasting paint. And I like what the shovel does. I'm going to move as much stuff out of my way as possible. And what did I say? I said I wanted more black in my pan of colors, and then I moved it out of your line of sight. I do try and remember everything I'm supposed to tell you. So along the way, I'm still going to have to move that out of the way, sorry. Along the way, I'm going to tell you that all of the artworks that I've made in videos are available to be seen at the bottom of the description under every video. The link is for Facebook. God, those are gorgeous colors. I'm going to put a pool down there so I can tip that. And I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to start this way. This is my Labor Day weekend, and I give myself permission to play fast and loose with paint. Yeah, right, I know. When don't I? I get it. Okay, I'm going to put those aside for a moment. I've got edge catchers on the ready. If some people do not know what edge catchers are now, they are in the 20-pack of 16 by 20 Michaels canvases. They protect the canvas in between the layers. Whatever you are off. That was an organic piece of matter, and I think I rescued my canvas. Anyway, so this is an edge catcher. We probably don't need this right at this moment. I'm going to see how many colors I can keep out of my mix there. I am intending on using those Mardi Gras beads, but I don't know whether I'll be dipping it into the paint that I've got. This is sort of similar, as we started with a shoveled ribbon pour to a ring pour, in that the longer you allow yourself, I'm not patient, to tip, the more likely you are to agitate the paint in such a way that you will keep more of your colors, you'll spread them out, you will probably, more than likely, make some kind of selling patterns. And because there are no rules right now and I'm just having fun and experimenting, I'm just going to keep tipping for a minute. It's a because I can moment, and it's because I can. Now, there's all kinds of, we don't need that edge catcher yet, but we may still. There's all kinds of tools that if you don't have them, they're nice to have. This is a piece of medical tubing. This one in particular is too long. I get winded. This one I like a lot more. And I'm going to see if I can move this paint back in here. because I can. And also because we have a nice thick layer of white wet paint in the background. We can get some interesting organic shapes. Alright, so what I really want to do is take my bamboo skewer and see what happens when I pull some of this paint gently across the surface of that wet white paint. And then do it again. And the more directions I go with it, the more dimensional it becomes. Ooh, we have a really nice breeze. So, I have 2 lengths of beads. The long one I wrap around my hand to keep it out of the painting. The short one, what do I want to do? I don't know. You know what? I want to see what happens. I want to do 2 things. I'm going to lay those beads right down there because I can. And I'm going to take my squeeze bottle of paint, put it right over the top of them. Because I've been thinking about this for a little while, and that is what I want to do. Just to see what happens. Alright, that's not, like, thrilling me right now, but you never know until you try. And we'll just take liberties with it and see what happens when we dip part of it. I guess you better have gloves on or be willing to get paint on your hands. Okay, I like that reverse direction. I don't know what else I'm going to get, but that's good for now. Actually, I'm going to dump that right in the bucket that I keep handy to wash my hands off, and let you all know that it's always a good idea to dump your bucket in the grass outside. I have got an idea that I want to use my little scoop and grab some very specific paints and lead them up to the edge and over so that they cover the edge. I'm just going to try and use as many different methods as possible today, I think. Oh, did I dribble? I dribbled. Cool. Accidental art being accidental again. How cool is that? Can't beat accidents when you're trying to have accidents. Okay, so I see that, and that just makes me want to go right over here and use my dustpan. I've seldom done what I just did, and I've been looking forward to trying it, and so now it's a done deal. I don't know if you can still see the paints. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was wrong. You want to keep the front of your dustpan raised, so I kind of like those dribbles. I don't know if I really wanted to get rid of them or not. And I kind of like that other paint. I guess it's time for the edge catcher to come back. Another because we can moment. And we're going to tip all of that paint right back where it came from. I'm going to try and move my arm down and squeeze it so it covers the edge. And then I'm going to let some of that go in the direction I'm interested in having it go, and continue on that way until it comes back. Move my hand down to catch it, squeeze it over. I don't know what's going to happen. We got other things filling in. I'm just going out of my own comfort zone right now to try some new stuff. And then I'm going to squeeze that over. And I got some beautiful stuff going on in my edge catcher, but I'm not so sure about the painting yet. It's very layered. I've got some more of that orange. I'm going to put it right on there. And I'm going to make a mess. And I'm going to grab my little scoop from Hobby Lobby, my $2.99 scoops. tip that right back down again. I'm going to let what's in the scoop run off also. I'm going to let it, while I'm tipping that and everything's running, I'd like to have that go over the edge. So I think what I'm going to do is take my little spatula, dip it into my scoop, remove the paint, and tap it on the edge, because I know if I haven't agitated it too much, it will mimic the pattern. And I do forget, nope, oh look at that, that's awesome. Ha! I don't think we can keep that, but you never know. That's why I try stuff all the time, because you never know what you're going to discover that you can do in the middle of thinking you can't do something. Those are not making me happy right there. I don't like them at all, and that means I want to do something else with them. But I think I want to look elsewhere for some ideas first, and maybe use some leftover paint. The little cage up there. So can I dip it in and still paint with these? I wonder. Looks like maybe I can. I don't want to make brown, but we've got orange and purple very close to each other. At the very least, we're going to make some interesting shapes, or slightly more interesting shapes. Which is definitely an improvement over what I saw. I did not like. Generally, I got pretty patterns and I don't necessarily want to change them. But since we're playing fast and loose with paint, what did I just do with my scoop? Okay, I guess I got another one, so I'll try the other one. I'm going to knock it off on the edge. I'm still dangling a set of beads from my hand. Let's take this color right out of there. Let's let some of it go over the edge. Oh, I got pretty colors on the back. Really pretty colors. Do I want to waste that? I don't. I'm going to take a moment. I got 14 seconds left, and this is taking forever, so I guess it's time for me to say, Priscilla and Spring Hill, see you in the next video. If you want to contribute to keep me making videos, Patreon and PayPal icons will get you a place to contribute. And I know I have another minute, because I just remembered that I set that at 18, but I think it might be a perfect time to stop and start over, especially when that beeping is over by now. Anyway, so this is our start. And I've told you most of what I need to tell you for the first video, which is basically read the description under the video if you want my recipe for paint or to know what kind of paints I use. Look in the playlist header. You will find them there, and that would be cool. I have no idea where this is going, but it's going somewhere, and you're coming with me. And my cool thing on my camera has left moisture in my monitor. Oopsie. Okay, well, we'll see you in a minute. It's Priscilla in Spring Hill out for now. Bye for now. Tongue-tied.